ever seen a flying display from a Japanese military aircraft. It comes to us from the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force, and rolling now is the Kawasaki P-1. Very smartly into the air. As you can see, this four-jet maritime patrol aircraft. And of course, Japan is a country with a great need for such a machine in its inventory, given the extent of its territorial waters and the number of Japanese island territories. The P-1 was developed by Kawasaki as a replacement for the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Forces fleet of Lockheed P-3C Orions, and the prototype, the XP-1, made its maiden flight in September 2007. We saw it climbing out there at a speed of 135 knots. Captaining the crew today is Commander Ken Yasuoka. He's a test pilot, age 46, and he's conducted test flying of the US-2 flying boat as well as the P-1. Currently he has around 6,100 flying hours. Altitude envelope. And particularly notable is the fact that it's the first production aircraft in the world to use very sophisticated fly-by-light technology for its flying control. That's in an effort to reduce potential electromagnetic interference. The next pass coming up at around 155 knots, and we'll see the electro-optical and infrared turret extended, and the weapons bay doors on the underside will be open. A very interesting chance to see into this aircraft bomb bay.
No. No.
With the AGM-84 Harpoon and ASM-1C anti-shipping missiles, as well as AGM-65 Maverick air-to-surface missiles, plus such stores as bombs, depth charges, mines and torpedoes, not only in the internal bomb bay, but also on underwing and wing route mounted weapon stations. And this is the sole four-jet maritime reconnaissance aircraft that is in service today. Development started in 2001. Prototype, as I said, flew in September 2007, and it became operational in March. There's one in the static park as well that you can go and have a look at close up. We'll be deploying to Djibouti for further operational trials in hotter climates. Another flypast now from the P-1, this time at around 250 knots. Something very impressive about this aeroplane is how quiet it is. The Japanese-made engines, four IHI XF7-19 turbofans of 13,500 pounds of thrust each, are extremely environmentally friendly in all respects. The second pilot is Lieutenant Commander Masayuki Kamakura. The flight engineer, Chief Petty Officer Kiyonori Takahashi, P-01 Ken Kobayashi. In-flight technician, Chief Petty Officer Hiroaki Nagai. And the ordnance operator, P-01 Tsutomu Kankaki. The Japanese military valued contributors to the air tattoo in recent years twice. The last time being last year, the Japanese Air Self-Defense Force has sent for static display a Boeing KC-767J tanker transport, but this is the first time the country's maritime air arm has contributed, and the first time Japan has flown in the display. So, very historic moments at the Air Tattoo this year. About 120 knots approach speed. And very shortly into land to complete its sequence, the Kawasaki P-1 of the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force. We're delighted to see the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force here at RIAT. They have found it a great pleasure to fly here, and thank you for your attention during the P-1 flight performance.
Nu er det spaltebrand, ser du det? Ja, nu er det
Well, before the next display item,